You see again tonight, 3 goal scorers, Saka chipping in, Martinelli, Nketiah. That's important, important for momentum for this Arsenal team.
Well, there you see it, 7 matches today, complete now, and Arsenal, who started this one 4 points in the lead at the top of the table after Newcastle leapfrogged Manchester City with that big win over Leicester earlier, go back to 7 points in the lead with City playing at Ellen Road on Wednesday. We've got Chelsea, Bournemouth to come tomorrow, Manchester United against Nottingham Forest as well. That's your Tuesday night lineup. But what Arsenal have done here, Thierry Henry, this evening, is show the rest of the Premier League that they are here to stay.
Yes, they are here to stay. We are here to stay. We have a team also. I think it's important to say that we have a team. All the Arsenal fans were waiting for is for a team to compete. Not 1, 2, 11 players, but a squad. You win a title with a squad, and that's very important. This is what Eddie and Nketiah showed tonight, that it can be the answer for the time being, however long they want it to be, the time being. Obviously, we're going to have to wait for Jesus to come back, but that's exactly what he did.
You know how far you have to go back for an Arsenal team top at Christmas to then go on and win the league? 1948, but there it is, Boxing Day night, and there they are, 15 games played, 40 points for Arsenal. Newcastle United in second after that big win over Leicester. Manchester City to play Leeds on Wednesday. Tottenham Hotspur getting themselves a point this afternoon, make up the top 4. There was movement as well, of course, for Fulham, who had a big win at Selhurst Park. At the bottom of the table, Wolves had a big win at Goodison Park, and that sees them on 13 points just inside the drop zone. But West Ham will be disappointed. They let that first half lead go, and they sit there 16th place on 14 points, staring ominously towards of the table. Tonight they'll play again, of course, on New Year's Eve, but that was exactly the kind of response to that long break that manager Mikel Arteta would have wanted.
It didn't matter how it came. I thought on the first goal that Odegaard wanted to shoot. Ball goes to Bukayo Saka, composure, finishes it. Second goal, yes, people are going to say it's a mistake of Fabianski, but who cares? At the end of the very day, you turn it around. However you did it with what you have available at the minute, and you end up winning the game easily at the end in the second half. So yeah, they do mean business, and they showed it again.
Yeah, and that was what tonight was about for them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Showing the rest of the league, showing their challengers that they mean business, and doing it largely with the kind of team that he's been playing all season. Of course, Jesus was out through injury and will be for a couple of months, but that was a message, wasn't it? This is a strong team, full of players who are involved in the World Cup squads.
Tonight it was about reaction, momentum, and the result. I think the second half performance was very good, but actually I think the first half performance, going 1 down, it kick-started Arsenal. I'm sure in the dressing room they would have said, right, let's go back to what we know, and the poor performance in the second half was brilliant, and importantly, 3 different goal scorers. Again, this is not an Arsenal team that's relying on one guy. Martinelli, Nketiah, Saka. This is a team. They share the goals, they perform well, and they keep rolling.
A good time largely with England, and here he is to join us in the studio.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Bukayo. That was an impressive performance,
Sorry, you're right.
Not just from you, but from the whole team there, especially in that second half.
Sorry, say that again, please.
That second half performance was very impressive.
Yeah, it was much better than the first. The first, I think we were just getting back into our rhythm. We had a lot of possession, but we weren't being too effective. And in the second half, I think, we were much better. You could see in the 3 goals.
Today was about momentum, wasn't it? Trying to pick up that momentum that you had before you went into that 6-week break. For you, obviously, there was a lot of football to be played out there in Qatar. How easy has it been getting everybody back together and on the same page that you left after the last win here, which was that 5-0 win over Nottingham Forest?
Well, yeah, I think we all know how important it is. We all know how important today was.
For the months, and you look around those forward players, the front players, and you know the responsibility is going to lie on you to share that goal scoring. And obviously that's the great thing, as Eni has said about this Arsenal side. Goals come from a handful of players are up there scoring consistently.
Yeah, that's definitely important. Obviously Gabby's going to be a big miss. But you can see, I'm so happy for Eddie. I feel like we all believed in him, and yeah, that's all he needs, just to keep supporting him. And you can see today he got his goal, and that will give him a lot of confidence. So we just need to continue to encourage him. And of course, you got me, Gabby, Granit, Martin, even our centre backs are chipping in on the goals. So everyone's going to be so important.
Yeah, that's key. That's key. I mean, you've said it there about Eddie. The pressure probably coming in. There was a big question mark about, can he fill Jesus' boots? But you guys chip in with the goals. That's important. And it looked from the celebrations as well. You were really happy for him that he scored.
I was
great to
buzzing,
see.
yeah.
There's something I wanted to share, obviously, in your game. That belief that you can score. Because on the first goal before, you would have stayed high and wide and wait for something to happen. But you believe that ball could come to you and make a run on the first goal and stay and be in the box. Second goal, for me, it's your goal because you won the battle with Declan Rice in midfield, going to the gym lately.
Strong, yeah.
But also the third one, you got the ball back right there.
The throw-in, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
You got the ball back. What changed?
I think it's come a lot from Mikel. He's helped me a lot. He's told me how important it is, to win the duels. And of course, when I'm active off the ball, it helps me so much on the ball. So, of course, when I'm alert, I'm off the ball to win these duels, and obviously win that first duel with Declan Rice, and it sets up a chance. If I don't do this battle, maybe we lose the ball and we go to the other side and defend our box. So. Yeah, each game I'm really realising how much important it is.
You'll go to bed tonight with Arsenal 7 points clear of Newcastle United in second place, with Manchester City yet to play this week. What is belief like in this squad? We've talked ahead of the game about the importance of players like Zinchenko and Jesus who've done it before. They've been there before and won league titles. What have they brought in terms of belief and how that permeates through the squad?
Of course, they're both they're both champions. So they bring that belief, that we can win every game, that we can go the whole way. So that's what they're bringing. Every game they're telling us, how important it is, to realise that each game is so important, especially games like today. Jesus wasn't even on the pitch, but we can still feel his presence. He's speaking to us in the change room, encouraging me, encouraging the other boys. So both of them are so important.
And of course you come here off the back of a World Cup where you played a really important role, had some fantastic moments for England out there. It wasn't to be in the end, beaten by the team who would go on to be the finalists, France, the beaten finalists. Sum up your World Cup experience for us.
Well, it's obviously an amazing experience, my first World Cup. But yeah, obviously every time I have to speak about it, it's a bit disappointing because I believe we had the quality to go all the way. But that's football. We'll be back in a few years for the Euros, and I believe we have the quality to go all the way.
I'm sure a huge learning experience as a footballer. You point your first World Cup. It must have been an enormous learning experience.
Yeah, it was, and of course I enjoyed it every moment. I managed to score my first few goals at the World Cup, so it was a dream come true, and yeah, I'm just hoping for many more out there.
Yeah, well, congratulations on that. And also tonight, I think we've kept you long enough. You're being called. I'm sure you've got to go and do something that involves physical exertion or maybe some cooling down somewhere. So
some rest, please.
Sleep.
Go have a rest. Have a good rest of your festive period. Thank you very, very much.
Have a good night,
sure,
yeah?
Yes, thank you. I'm sure that Thierry wants to give you a big hug as well.
Well done, Bukayo.
You don't have to do any kind of warm down at all then. He's not going to go in there and do anything else, no?
Now look, he's going into another one. That's what happens when you're good.
So he's not going to sit in an ice bath.
Well, it doesn't look like it.
There's a player who is full of confidence, isn't he? And obviously he was a big part of that great second half. As you point out, his work rate off the ball as well.
There's something that I wanted to point. He used the word disappointment. He understands how important it is to win battles. He understands now how important it is, or it's going to have to be for him to turn into a killer. Great players are not nice. That's standard. You can't be nice. When you pass that line, it has to be you or the guy. Better be you. And he understands that now.
Let's have a little look, shall we, at 2-1. And this came...